little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of shadows.
Hello guys and gals, welcome back to my channel. Sorry my hair's wet, I just got out of the shower. But I really wanted to talk to you guys about what happened to me today. The title may be a little bit exaggerated, but I know. I just needed to tell this. I couldn't figure out any other better title. So today we go to Winn-Dixie. I don't know why all the crazy stuff happens to me at Winn-Dixie, but this takes the cake. So we're there, and the very first thing I see is all these fake service dogs, so I figure I'll film a couple of them, you know, make a video about it. I didn't get any footage, because I was kidnapped. Okay, so what happened was, I'm in the meat section with my mother and my sisters, and her husband, well, my oldest sister's husband. And this lady comes up, and you could tell she was a special needs older lady. She was like maybe in her 30s, and she was very special needs, and she walks up to me, and she goes, "Is she working?" I said, you know, because I had Sadie with me. I said, yes, she's working. And she goes, oh, because I was going to ask if I could pet her. I was like, you know, since she asked so nicely, and since I barely get that reaction, maybe people will ask nicely to other handlers if they think maybe there's a slight chance they can pet him. So I said, okay, since you asked so nicely, I'll let you pet her. Here comes her mother, like, beelining down the aisle. And she's like, no, you can't pet them. You can't pet service dogs. I was like, yes, ma'am, usually you can't, but since your daughter asked me so nicely, I let her pet her. Let her pet her. She's like, oh, well, usually they don't allow her to pet them. I'm like, yeah, you know, most of the service dogs are medical alert service dogs, and, you know, they really need to be on point, but I really wanted to get her focus on me while even if she's being petted. You know, I really need to work on her focus. And she's like, oh, okay, I understand. Her mother disappears. So, you know, I go about my day, and she points out this, which was hooked onto my one of my belt loops, which is, it's a little DIY dog treat pouch, which if you want to, you know, make one of these, just poke a hole in an old pencil bag and slide one of these through, and you got a treat pouch. That's about it. But anyways, so, you know, she walks up and she's like, what is that? And I said, oh, that's my treat pouch. We're training her to do some things in the store today. She's like, oh, well, what does she do? And I thought she meant what is her, you know, main function. You know, main functions, I guess. She has multiple. And I just started to state out, she's for PTSD, autism, and she's like, no, what are her tasks? So we take a 10-minute discussion to explain all the things I'm teaching her to do and all the things she has mastered and all the things that we need to really work on. And she's like, oh, what kind of treats do you have? I have a mixture of treats in here because some of them she'll like one day and not like another because she's a really picky eater. And I was trying to I was like, I don't really have, you know, the proper names for all of them. And she's like, oh, well, come with me. I want to show you what's so good, what we feed my dog. And she takes me away from my mom and my family and puts me in the dog section with her. She wasn't touching me or anything. I don't want to make it seem like she was, like, dragging me. She was just like, come with me. And I was like, oh, okay, you know. Hopefully you're not going to kidnap me. I felt really bad. I know a lot of people nowadays will just blow people like her off. So I really wanted to entertain the idea that we can actually have a normal conversation no matter what your disability is or not. So, you know, we go there and she's handing me things off of the shelf. Like boxes of treats and dog foods and explaining that she feeds this to her dog and all that. And I don't have any money on me right now. My mom only has enough money to pay for the food we're getting and leaving. We are actually on a tight schedule. We need to make dinner by a certain time because my stepdad has to go to work tonight. So I'm afraid they're going to end up leaving without me, you know, forgetting me or something, and I'm starting to panic inside, but I'm trying not to let it show because I have really easy sparked anxiety. And Sadie's alerting me, and she's just still talking, and so, talking about her cats and her dogs and things like that, and I really didn't want to cut her off, so I was just trying to talk to her. And then finally, after 20 minutes goes by, I'm like, honey, I'm sorry. I'm afraid my family might leave me. I really need to go find them. So I'm looking around for them, and I find them in the dairy section, and I tell them what happened. And they're like, oh my goodness, you know, it's a little weird. And I was like, I just think that a lot of people don't talk to her, so maybe maybe that was it. So I turn around because I see a fake service dog go by, and it was a woman holding her fake little poodle on a flexi leash. And I'm like, oh my god, I need to get a picture or videos for my video. And I go to get my phone out, and I look up, she disappeared. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So I turn around, and my mom's disappeared. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm running through the bakery, running through the dairy, and I'm like, Mom, where are you? And here the woman with a disability comes. She's coming right at me. And I'm like, oh my god, no, if I get caught talking to her, I'll be there for 30 more minutes, and I can't allow that. And my mom's waving behind her, like a couple feet behind her. I beeline right past her, and I'm like, oh my god, Mom, where have you been? And I'm about to have like an anxiety attack because I'm so nervous and afraid to talk to people, and I was so sad because I really wanted to like entertain, her and what she was going to talk about, but I really couldn't because we were supposed to be leaving. And so we go there, and we check out and all of that. So yeah, that was fun. I wish I would have gotten it on camera, and I'm sorry if you guys don't like my stories or I'm just rambling on, but I felt like I needed to teach you guys that. Well, I guess talk to you guys that. If you guys want me to do any more DIY videos, like stupid stuff like this, I do it all the time, so just put it down in the comments, please. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It means the world to me and to Sadie. Thank you guys. Bye.